The story begins by showing a war in which thousands of people were losing their lives every single day. It is said that in the year 2015, aliens came to our Earth for the first time, and the moment they arrived, they began killing humans. These aliens were not some two-legged creatures that could be easily fought. They were extremely dangerous monsters equipped with such advanced technology that human weapons were proving to be completely useless against them. Humans from all over the world decided to set aside their own conflicts and unite to fight these aliens, and they prepared an army that could face them. Major William Cage's job was to encourage people to join this army, and for that, he told many lies. When thousands of people were killed in battle, he would tell the public that only a few people had died, and when they managed to kill even a single alien, he would present it as a great victory in the media, blowing it far out of proportion. But the truth was that they were losing every single day. One day, Major William is summoned to London, where he had to attend an important meeting with General Brigham. The general says, "Major, we are losing. A lot of soldiers are about to be martyred, and when it is all over and their bodies come back, people will definitely point fingers at someone. I do not want those fingers pointed at me. So tomorrow, you will go to war and tell people about what is happening there. Your camera crew is standing outside. You will stay in the war and cover it." But William, who was a coward of the highest order, says, "Why me, General? You could have sent someone else in my place." In reality, William had been given such a high ranking in the army simply because the government needed a man who could lie to the public. But the situation had deteriorated so badly that, forget William, no person in the world could hide the truth that they were losing this war. The general was actually giving him a chance so that when he died among the soldiers, people would consider him a martyr and not the biggest coward in history. William says, "General, I myself personally convinced thousands of people to enlist in your army, and I have seen their dead bodies. I am not a soldier. The moment I go there, I will be killed." William tries to blackmail them, saying that if they send him there, he will tell everyone their truth. But the general had already decided the course of his life. He stripped William of his rank. When William tried to escape, he had him arrested. And when William opened his eyes, he found himself at London Airport, where preparations were being made to send soldiers to war. Outside, he might be a high-ranking officer, but here, no one knew him. William tries to explain to a certain officer appointed there that someone has made a mistake. He was not supposed to be here. He wanted to speak to his superiors. To which Farrell said, "You are talking so much, so maybe there has been a mistake. Come on, let me get you connected." William thanked him profusely for the help, but he soon realized that he was not taking him towards a phone. He said, "Where are you people taking me?" To which Farrell shouted at him, saying that it is clearly written on this slip that you are a deserter, and also that you will try your hardest so that you do not have to go to this war tomorrow. William understood that he was in serious trouble and that no one could save him now. After this, he is grabbed and brought to some people with whom he was supposed to go to war the next day. Farrell catches them playing cards, which was strictly forbidden there, and as punishment orders them to chew the cards right then and there. He said, "William Cage is your new companion. He seems to think he should not be here. I am requesting you all to remove this misunderstanding from his mind, and if he tries to escape, then on my behalf you can do whatever you want with him." William had never even dreamed that one day he himself would have to descend into the very pit that he had been digging for others for so many years. He had sent thousands of people to war, but the remarkable thing was that he himself knew nothing and had never taken any war training. A man named Griff helps him put on the suit and says, "Remove the safety lock before going down." William did not know how to remove the safety. He asked them to remove it, but removing the safety was such a simple task that everyone thought he was joking, so no one helped him. Even while boarding the ship, William tried to escape, but those people caught him. After this, all of them were seated on the ship and taken to France. Everyone looked at Will's face and made fun of him. One of them even said, "I can see a dead body inside William's suit." William said to them, "Tell me how to remove the safety." But just then the hatch opened and Farrell ordered them all to jump down one by one. Before they could all open their locks, suddenly their ship was attacked, in which several soldiers were killed. William watches people being cut and torn apart mercilessly right before his eyes. Before he too could be added to the count of the dead, he cut the rope and crashed straight to the ground. When he regained his senses, he was standing right in the middle of the war. One of his companions was very happy to be back in the fight, but then he was crushed and killed under a plane. William saw that a plane was about to fall on him, so he ran with all his strength and survived. William sees Rita Vratoski there, who was the bravest fighter among them all. But she too was mercilessly killed right before his eyes. William tried to run away and leave the fight, but just then Farrell grabbed him and said, "You are going in the wrong direction, friend. Our enemies are ahead." Will asked them again about removing the safety, but those people pushed him away, left him there to die, and moved forward. Everyone thought the aliens were coming from in front of them, but just then William saw that they were right at their feet. He tried to shout and warn everyone, but unfortunately it was too late. That alien killed everyone in a single blow. William somehow removed the safety and killed those aliens. But he had not yet come face to face with the real trouble. A blue-colored alien appeared before him, which was the biggest of them all. William understood that he could not kill it with bullets. So, without delay, he picked up a suicide bomb lying near him, and the moment that alien attacked him, a loud explosion occurred in which that alien was blown to pieces. However, William too was killed a very painful death in this explosion. That alien's blood, like acid, tore through his face and killed him. But just then William's eyes opened, and he found himself back at the very place where it had all begun. He thought it had been a bad dream. But just then, Farrell appeared before him and started saying the exact same things to him that he had said to William at their first meeting. This time, William did not argue with him at all, because everything was repeating itself with such precision that he could not figure out whether it was a dream or reality. He asked Farrell, "What day is it today?" To which Farrell said to him in a joking manner, "For you, this is Judgment Day." After this, he was introduced to J Squad. He saw that everything was exactly the same as before. Now there was no doubt left that all of this was happening again. The next day, he was again given the same suit that they were all going to wear to war. But William, acting wisely this time, removed that safety. After this, they were taken to France. William's heart was telling him that something was going to go wrong, and exactly that happened. Just like before, their ship was attacked again, in which most of the soldiers were killed. He understood that everyone would be killed the same way they had been killed before. So he tried to save the man who had been crushed and killed by the ship the last time. But while saving him, he was killed again and came back to the same place where it had all begun. William now understood that for some reason he was trapped in a time loop. So whenever he died, he came back here. After this, he went back to that war again, but now he was not frightened. This time, he tried to save Rita, whom he had not been able to save the last time. But in this attempt, he got injured. He asked Rita for help, but instead of helping him, she removed the battery from his suit and left him there to die. William died again, and the loop started over once more. Will was troubled. He tried his hardest to stop Farrell from going to war, because he knew that no matter what they did, their deaths could not be avoided. He said, "All of your lives are in danger." But they thought he had gone mad. So before going to war, they put tape over his mouth. Will screamed and screamed, trying to tell them that this plane was about to explode. But as always, no one listened to him. After this, he went to Rita again, because he felt that she would surely understand him. But before he could reach her, he was killed in various different ways. After every death, the loop started again. But finally, he reached Rita. He fought those aliens in such a powerful way that seeing it, Rita understood he was no ordinary soldier. She said, "When you wake up, come and meet me." And just then, an explosion happened, and the loop started again. William had lived this scene hundreds of times. That is why, this time, instead of arguing with anyone, he thought it better to make friends with everyone. He knew quite a lot about everyone, which he used to impress them all. But his real purpose was to escape from there. The next morning during PT training, William was looking for the right moment. But while trying to escape, he was crushed under a car, and the loop started again. The next time, he tried again, and this time he was successful. Rita had told him to come and meet her first thing when he woke up, but when he appeared before her, she could not recognize him. She said, "How did you have the nerve to come here without permission?" Will told her, "You were the one who asked me to come and meet you." She immediately understood what he was trying to say. She said, "Do not tell anyone about this except me. Otherwise, you will either be thrown into a madhouse or sent to a lab for research." What was happening to him had already happened to her as well, but this time, they could win this battle. She took Will to Dr. Carter, who knew the most about alien biology. Carter told him that these aliens are not an army. They are all one. They are all connected to a single mind, which he called Omega. It possesses a power through which time can be controlled. Whenever an alpha dies, a signal automatically reaches Omega, and Omega restarts that day. But it remembers everything from before. It remembers how it died the last time, and it makes every possible effort to make sure it does not happen again. The one that William had killed was also an alpha, the rarest of them all, so rare that there is only 1 in 6 million. Because its blood fell on William, he too gained the power to restart the day, just like Omega. William says, "If it is true that we cannot defeat them, then what was that last battle we won?" To which Rita explained, "We did not win. They let us win so that we would think we would win. He wanted humans to fight this war with all their strength. When we spend all our weapons, and there is nothing left for humans to fight with, then they will make their final move." William asked, "How do I use this power now?" To which Rita said, "You will have to die. Every day, every single day, you will see a vision in which you will see Omega. Then you will have to lead us there so that we can kill it." After this, Rita trained William to fight. He could die as many times as he wanted during training, because the moment he died, the day would start again and he would come back. During one such training, his back broke, after which Rita told him something important. She said that you must not get injured in war. Either stay alive or die so that the loop can start again. The last time when I was fighting, I got injured, and when I regained consciousness, I was in a hospital where someone else's blood was being given to me, because of which my powers were gone. And saying just this, she shot him. The day started again, and as many times as William got injured during training, Rita shot him that many times. In this way, he died many times. And during this time, William saw visions of Omega. He came back to Rita and told her that he had seen it near a dam, which was perhaps in Germany, because something was written there in German. But to get there, they would have to win tomorrow's battle. William went back to the beach the next day to fight, but he was killed quickly. The next time, he went again, but he was killed again. He was attacked in every possible way, in so many ways that it was becoming difficult to remember them all. Every time he crossed the war zone, Rita was killed, after which he too would commit suicide. He died so many times that he no longer had any courage left in him to fight any further. He had broken to such an extent that staying alive began to feel like a punishment to him. This time, when the loop started, he did not tell Rita that he had superpowers. He left everything behind, ran far away from there, and sat in a bar and drank heavily. But even doing this, he could not change his fate, because due to his not going to war, the aliens won, and they attacked the city, because of which William was killed once again. The loop started again, but now he was very angry. He told Rita, "This is not the first time we are meeting. No matter how much we try, no matter how much we plan, we cannot get past that beach." But Rita asked him to try one more time, after which the next day, William went into that war once again. He had fought this battle so many times that he already knew the timing and pattern of every attack in advance. Seeing William fight in this way, the mouths of his team members fell open. Finally, they managed to cross that beach. They needed a vehicle to move forward, and William also knew which car, if they took it, the aliens would kill them. There was only one car that they had not tried yet. They quickly got into it and started moving away from there. The aliens attacked it, but this time they survived. On the way, William talked to her a great deal, but Rita did not like talking too much. Their car's petrol ran out soon, after which they had to walk forward on foot. Rita quickly tried to find another vehicle, but just then she spotted an old helicopter there, with which they could reach Germany even faster. William stopped her from starting the helicopter, but just then he saw that she was badly injured. Rita wanted to quickly find the key and get out of there. William said, "The car is full of petrol. I just checked. Why don't we go in that?" Rita was very tired and very badly injured as well, so she asked him to start it again. But just as she raised her gun to kill William, William said, "Wait. Don't fire. Let's stop and rest for a little while." Rita gave him 10 minutes. After that, she would shoot him. But in the meantime, William made a piping hot coffee for her. But when he was mixing sugar in her coffee, she understood that something was off here. She asked, "William, how many times have we come here?" But William told her nothing and just stood there quietly, which meant all of this was not happening for the first time. The key was in his own pocket, but he was deliberately keeping it away from her. Without wasting any time, Rita went to start the helicopter. But William told her, "Don't do that. The moment you start the helicopter, they will kill you. This is what happens every time. Only one of us two survives." In reality, William had lived this moment with her so many times that he had fallen in love with her during this time, and he did not want to lose her. No matter what he did, only one of the two of them could go forward. But Rita did not listen to him and started the helicopter, after which the aliens attacked it. William could not save her this time either, and he restarted the loop. William came back to Rita again, but this time he left from there without saying a single word to her. After this, he went to war alone, but he was so angry that this time he did not save anyone. He just wanted to find Omega and end everything. While finishing everyone off, he reached that helicopter and took it to Germany. He had seen this very place in his visions, but just as he started to go closer to it, an alien attacked him and knocked his gun down. Despite this, he kept moving forward, and just then he came face to face with an Alpha which was waiting for him. Finding no other way, William thought of committing suicide, but Alpha did not let him do so and badly injured him. William was bleeding very heavily. If he did not die soon, he would lose the power to restart the day. Alpha tried to stop him, but William drowned himself in the water and started the cycle again. William told Carter that Omega was not where it was supposed to be. These visions were a trick of theirs so that they could take away his powers. Carter said, "Now, there is only one way, but it is impossible." He had built a transporter. If it was attached to an Alpha, it would connect directly to Omega, and in this way, they would find out its location. But the problem was that he had made only one sample of it, which the general had kept safely with himself. After this, William went with Rita to Whitehall. It was an area with very tight security, so whenever they were caught, William would restart the cycle. Now he knew very well how to get inside without any obstruction. They reached the general's office and at gunpoint asked him to sit down. The general did exactly that, after which William told him in great detail everything that was going to happen in that room in the next 1 minute. But even all of this was not enough to impress that stubborn general. No matter how much he tried, the general would never give them that device. Prita raised the gun to restart the cycle, but William stopped her from firing. After this, he tried one more time, and this time, the general gave in and handed them that device. They had never come this far before, but before he could think of anything else, they were caught. After which, Rita had to kill him and restart the cycle. This time, they tried to escape in a car, and in the meantime, William connected himself to that device, because it too had Alpha's powers. The moment he connected to it, it automatically took him to Omega, and they found out that it was in Paris. But before they could escape, William was shot, and their car had an accident. When he regained consciousness, he saw that someone else's blood was being given to him, because of which his powers were gone. Rita came close to him and was just about to kill him when William told her that he could no longer restart the day. This time, everything was over. They both escaped from there, and now they had only 3 hours left to stop Omega. That meant they needed a plane to go to Paris, and also some soldiers who could help them fight. Will knew some such people, but convincing them was not so easy. Will tried his absolute hardest to make them understand that he had come from the future, and that those people were going to die tomorrow. But none of them believed his story. He knew this is how it would be. That is why he had brought Rita with him. The moment they saw her, they all immediately agreed to go with him. William could not tell them the full story. He simply told them that no matter what happens, do not kill Alpha, because if he was killed, the day would start again, and we would not even remember that we had this conversation. Soon they reached Paris, but the moment they arrived, the aliens attacked their plane. Everyone jumped from the plane before it crashed, but William fell into deep water, because of which his suit got damaged. He crept forward quietly and found that Omega was still very far from them. Most of his team members were injured. They asked William, "What do we do next?" After which William told them to start a plane standing there nearby. It could not fly, but it would get them to Omega within just a few minutes. After this, they cleared the path and tried to start the engine. Griff had an injury in his leg, so he decided to stay behind and help them from there. Everyone asked him to come along, but he knew that his staying there would be better for this mission. As soon as the engine started, a large number of aliens began coming towards them, but Griff and his friend faced them bravely, and in the end, sacrificed themselves. Over there, William was advancing rapidly towards Omega along with the others. They too were attacked, but they somehow managed to get inside. Now only those two were left, and this was their last chance to finish Omega. The aliens tried their hardest to stop them, but they made a massive blast with a grenade, because of which the way down was blocked for a little while. William said, "Alpha must be about to come here. I will distract it, and you blow up Omega." But Rita knew that he would be killed within 10 steps. She said, "You are a very good man, William. I wish I had known you a little more." Saying this, she left from there, but Alpha chased her and tore her to pieces. Now it was William's turn, but before he could be caught, William jumped into the water and tried to swim to reach Omega. But before he could get any closer to it, Alpha reached him. It drove its sharp tentacles into his chest and killed him. It thought it had won, but before dying, Will had pulled the pins of the grenade, because of which, within just a few seconds, a tremendous explosion occurred. In it, Omega and all the aliens connected to it were completely destroyed from the root. This explosion broke their entire network, because of which, the aliens disappeared from the Earth overnight. Over there, we saw William's body floating in Omega's blood, because of which his powers came back to him, and this cycle started again. This time, when William's eyes opened, he saw that the world was no longer like it was before. They had won this battle. The general explained that even he did not know what had happened, but now he was getting no signs of the enemy being present. After this, William came to the airport. This time he had his high rank with him, because of which big officers, including Farrell, were saluting him. There he saw his companions who had helped him win this war, but unfortunately, they remembered nothing. After this, William went to Rita, who greeted him in the same way she always used to. She asked, "What do you want?" But William had a very long story to tell her. He could not figure out where to begin. So William simply smiled, and with this, the movie came to an end.